Shot his last to the 9. Just past halfway in the Eclipse Stakes as they turn for home. And Anne's Pretender has now gone on from Arapahoe. Then Chill the Kite in third place. Wallow running on now in fourth. Coming up now towards the 2.5 furlong from home point. And it's Anne's Pretender out in front from Arapahoe, the pacemaker hanging on Darley in second. Trepan being produced by Philippe Paquet now, and Wallow with Franco Dettori on the outside. A quarter of a mile to go, and it's an open race with Anne's Pretender, Trepan, Radetzky, and Wallow almost in line. These four from Arapahoe. Chill the Kite's got no chance, nor has Castillo, and Relkino is last. Going to the last furlong and a half, and Trepan bursts clear. Anne's Pretender is beaten. It's Trepan with Wallow the only danger now. Radetzky back in third, a half a furlong to go. And this looks like a win for France. It's Trepan and Philippe Paquet from Wallow, the 2,000 guineas winner. Wallow's not going to win. The Eclipse is going for France. It's Trepan the winner. Wallow is second. Radetzky finishes third.
Still to run. Arte still in the lead from Radetzky and Lucky Wednesday. The leading three of them followed by Freeze the Secret, who heads the rest. Leaders now swinging into straight in this, the Joe Coral-Eclipse Stakes. And it's still Lester Piggott on Arte, still the leader from Lucky Wednesday. Radetzky on the outside, making ground all the time. Franco Dettori and Freeze the Secret. They hit the 3 furlong from home marker. And it's Arte still the lead from Lucky Wednesday. And Arte is going well in the lead because Lucky Wednesday's under pressure in second place. They have just over a quarter of a mile still to go. And the Hope of Ireland, Arte in the lead. Lucky Wednesday is second. They're going clear. The French challenger now moving to third. That's Arctic Turn. They have a furlong and a half still to go. Arte still at the head of affairs from Lucky Wednesday. Arctic Turn now in third place. Freeze the Secret is fourth. And so they hit the final furlong. It's Artes and Lucky Wednesday trying hard to get on turn. But I don't think he's going to do it. But Artes is not finding much more. But Artes has still got the advantage to come up towards the line. Artes about 2 lanes from Lucky Wednesday. They have 25 yards to go. And Artes wins the Joe Coral-Eclipse Stakes.
Is Moon Sammy, then 5 Stravinsky. This is halfway now in the Eclipse Stakes and starting to turn for home now with Radetzky and Jellyby still 1 and 2. Gonna be a clear third now in front of Moon Sammy. Stravinsky's gone a bit wide. Wider still is Silver Lad. Well in line for home now as they come on now to the 3 furlong pole. And Radetzky just gets a quick reminder from Edward Hyde but continues in the lead as Gonna Be now comes up to dispute second with a long time second, Jellyby. Then comes Stravinsky starting a really strong looking forward move. Balmerino trying to get on terms too. Moon Sammy looks beaten. Super Concord, the Frenchman, can find nothing at all at the boat. He's last of all. And it's Radetzky hanging on, but Gonna Be coming at him now, Stravinsky. But watch Balmerino on the extreme outside, just out of your picture now, as Gonna Be comes to tackle Radetzky over on the far side. Stravinsky and Balmerino, these are the first 3 now. Into the final half furlong, and it's Gonna Be the favourite, who struck the front now from Balmerino, Radetzky, and Stravinsky. Super Concord's running on well, but Gonna Be's going to get it. Coming to the line, Gonna Be is the winner. Balmerino just second, Radetzky. Where Crimson Bow continues to lead from Northern Baby second. Then comes Dickens Hill and Swiss Maid, who's lost her pitch on the inside. Warsaw making good ground towards the outside. Swiss Maid is going backwards really fast now, and she's now last of all. She's not wanting to know about it here today. Coming to the last 2.5, and it's Crimson Bow being pressed now by the foreign raiders, Northern Baby and Dickens Hill. Then comes Borzoi. Stone making good ground on the inside, then Effulgence. Swiss Maid is going to finish last of all, running to the final furlong and a half. And here on the outside comes Dickens Hill for Ireland. It looks like an Irish win as Dickens Hill comes through to take over from Crimson Bow. Then Northern Baby and Stone inside the final half furlong in the 1979 Eclipse Stakes. And for Ireland, it's Dickens Hill from Crimson Bow. Northern Baby at the line. Dickens Hill the winner. Crimson Bow is second. And Hello Gorgeous and Ella Manamu now level with Gregorian as they approach the final furlong. And Ella Manamu now goes on into the lead from Gregorian. Hello Gorgeous looking to well danger in third. Sea Chimes in fourth. Then comes Crackerville, but Gregorian is fighting back over on the far side. Ella Manamu still has the advantage, but only just from in second place. Hello Gorgeous. Gregorian's going to be third. Running up towards the line. Ella Manamu it is at the most. Ella Manamu wins the Eclipse Stakes.
And Philip Waldron leading from Jeff Baxter and VL in second place. Then Pat Edery and Lars Fandango in third. Then comes Hard Fought and Border Swinburne, and behind that one comes Madam Gay. Just over 2.5 furlongs to race. Still Master Willie in the lead from VL, then Lars Fandango. Hard Fought getting closer, but Master Willie in the lead from VL, Lars Fandango. Then comes Hard Fought. Madam Gay got a lot to do with a furlong and a half to race, but needing to make up a little bit of ground, but Master Willie still has the advantage from VL up on the outside. Then coming in between these is Hard Fought. He's ahead of Fingers Game and Madam Gay inside the final furlong, and Master Willie in the lead. Master Willie having made all the running in the corner Coral-Eclipse still has the advantage from Vienna and Hartford. Singles Case taking on, but it's Master Willie for a Pulitzer Post victory. Coming up to the line, Master Willie's going to win it. At the line, Master Willie is the winner. Hartford is second, Vienna's third.
Peace time with the back marker is Prima Voce. Turning into the home straight, and Colour Glow now. Greville Starkey takes up the advantage from Silver Season. Lobkowitz is coming in third place. Telephone Man gets a reminder. Peacetime towards the right of the picture, and Pat Heddery begin to pick up ground. Just over 2 furlongs to go. Colour Glow, the 4-year-old, in the lead from Silver Season and Lobkowitz. Then Peacetime and Pat Heddery getting ever closer. 2.5 furlongs to go in the Coral-Eclipse, and Colour Glow has the advantage from Lobkowitz in second place. Peacetime is third. Prima Voce is making up ground down the centre of the track. Yards man, the French challenger, is beaten. Just over a furlong to go, and it's Colour Glow in the lead from Lobkowitz and Peacetime. Colour Glow, Lobkowitz, Peacetime, Prima Voce, Telephone Man. Colour Glow in the lead inside the final furlong. Colour Glow holding off the challenges of Lobkowitz and Peacetime. Coming well inside the final half furlong. Colour Glow has the advantage. Beginning to draw away now from Lobkowitz as they come up towards the line. Colour Glow's going to win the Coral-Eclipse easily. Coming up towards the line. Colour Glow's going to win it at the line. Colour Glow the winner. Lobkowitz is second. Lobkowitz in second place. Lafontaine in the lead from Lobkowitz second. Then comes Ptolomeo in third. Then Salford on the outside. Prima Voce getting closer. Guns of Navarone next. Then Stanera with plenty to do at this stage, but close on the heels of Ptolomeo. 3.5 furlongs to go in the Coral-Eclipse, and Lafontaine going for home from Lobkowitz in second place, then Ptolomeo, then Guns of Navarone, Salford, Prima Voce. Stanera now going well, back on the bridle, just over 2.5 furlongs to go. Lafontaine in the lead from Ptolomeo, Salford coming sweetly down the outside. Lobkowitz is the back marker, 1.5 furlongs to go. Lafontaine in the lead from Ptolomeo in second place, then Guns of Navarone, Salford coming with a run, Time Charter coming with a run, Stanera coming with a run, just over a furlong to go, and Salford strikes the front from Ptolomeo. Salford from Ptolomeo with Muscatine finishing well, then Guns of Navarone not get the clearest of runs. Well inside the final furlong, Salford holding on, but Muscatine is finishing well, so too Stanera. A bunch finish here, close home, just Salford the winner from Muscatine and Ptolomeo.
But it's Society Boy still clear from in second place Wassell, then comes Saddle as well as the 3-year-old, followed by Crystal Glitters, Morcon, Willie Carson pumping away, and behind them travelling sweetly as Time Charter as we close it on the chasing group. It's with 2 to go. It's still Society Boy clear though. Society Boy clear from Sadler's Wells and Crystal Glitters and Wassell and Morcon and Time Charter and Cormer and Wood and Ptolomeo and Miramar Reef. 1.5 furlongs to go. Society Boy from Sadler's Wells. Here on the outside comes Crystal Glitters. Time Charter coming with a run through on the inside. Sadler's Wells strikes the front inside the final furlong. Here comes Time Charter in second place. Sadler's Wells, Time Charter, Morgan, Crystal Glitters and Miramar Reef. Up towards the line, it's Sadler's Wells holding off the strong late finish of Time Charter. Sadler's Wells, Time Charter, Morgan.
Sprint finished. August, the pacemaker, has lasted really too long, and it was just over 4 to race. Still has the call over Pebbles in second. Rainbow Quest is going to swing a bit wide, and Bruce Raymond's going to come on the inside on Bob Back. And with just over 3 to race, Pebbles and Steve Cawthon's got a lot of horse underneath him, but so too is Alan Lacar on Rainbow Quest, and Bob Back going to try and do them for speed. August's pacemaking roll is done. Steve Cawthon goes for home on Pebbles, and she's really quickening now. And Rainbow Quest just caught a bit flat-footed there. With just 2 to race, it's Pebbles from Rainbow Quest. Bob Back in third, now switched to the outside and trying to stay on. But it's Pebbles with a call by length, by 2 lengths. Rainbow Quest can find no more and looks surely held. Bob Back will have to sprout wings from there, but Pebbles out in front. She's beginning to tie up, perhaps running a bit lazy, but now she's getting into gear. The crowd are roaring. Steve Cawthon's coming home. The race is going to be for second place, but Pebbles is going to win it. And coming up towards the line, Pebbles is the winner. Pebbles the winner from Rainbow Quest in second place.
Grand Harbour the leader from Come on the Blue second. Bedtime gets the split between these. Dancing Brave with a pink cap moves up and travels very well. Triptyque on the right of the picture, Bold Arrangement behind these as Grand Harbour gives way. Come on the Blues gives way, and Bedtime goes on from Triptyque. Here comes Triptyque on the outside, and Dancing Brave has to switch. It's Triptyque who goes for home from Dancing Brave. 2 furlongs to go in the Coral-Eclipse, and it's Triptyque, Dancing Brave, Bedtime, Teleprompter, Bold Arrangement, Iades, and now Dancing Brave in a matter of strides goes on from Triptyque. It's Dancing Brave from Triptyque. This is the class performance, a furlong to go, and Dancing Brave really lengthening and striding away. 5-6 lengths clear of Triptyque in second place. Teleprompter Panthers for second. No doubt about the winner. A quality colt in fluid action. Dancing Brave, an impressive winner. Triptyque second, Bedtime just third. Iades in a photo.
Over under 3 to go. Media Star Guest runs wide, and Reference Point has it. Reference Point from Bellotto in second, Milligram going in third. From Toto, next to the rails, Triptych's going to have to find room. And it's Reference Point in the lead, with under 3 furlongs to race in the Coral-Eclipse. Reference Point has it from Milligram in second, and Toto going very well. Triptych is going to be pulled to the outside to deliver her challenge. They've still got 2 furlongs to go, and Reference Point from Toto, and Triptych on the outside. Milligram under pressure. Bellotto is beaten, and they've got a furlong and a half to go, and Reference Point trapped now by Toto, with Triptych hanging in behind them. They've got a furlong to go, and it's Toto in the yellow next to the rails. Reference Point in the spots, and Toto comes to take Reference Point, and Toto goes on by half a length. Reference Point battles back. Triptych finishes well, but Toto beats the Derby winner, and Toto beats Reference Point.
Side Triptych just losing a position as he turns in. Charmer on the outside, Toto looks for room. They're in line for home in the Coral-Eclipse, and Galitzin and the horse with the noseband, Shady Heights, the grey Indian Skimmer. Then behind these, Tay Wharf, then Broken Hearted, being hemmed in at this stage by Triptych. Toto the favourite still last, just over 2 to go, and Shady Heights goes on by a length now to Galitzin in second place. They pass the 2 furlong pole, Shady Heights, Galitzin, then comes Indian Skimmer, Triptych. Toto now launched on the wide outside. Broken Hearted looks for room, a furlong and a half to go, and here with a steady run on the wide outside comes Toto, the favourite to come and take the Coral-Eclipse. Shady Heights still has the edge though. Toto coming with a great run. They race inside the final furlong, and Shady Heights keeping up together, and Shady Heights going on by half a length. Toto tries to find more, and he does so, and at the line Toto gets there. Shady Heights second. And it's Opening Verse, who's gone clear by 5, and now Nashwan starts to make ground on the outside of Greensmith. Warning forced even wider still. Indian Skimmer comes with a run, but it's her pacemaker. Opening Verse in front as they come down towards the 3. But here comes Nashwan through in the blue. Under 3 to race. And Opening Verse clear of Nashwan and Indian Skimmer. And Warning, who when he goes past the 2 furlong marker will be in unknown territory, and they come down towards the 2. And it's Opening Verse being pressed hard by Warning and by Nashwan. And here comes Nashwan on the outside, a furlong and a half to go. And Nashwan goes on, and the crowd rise to a champion. It's Nashwan clear by 2. Back to 3 to Indian Skimmer. Warning is right out of it, he's struggling, but Nashwan has it, and in the quest for the best, it's Nashwan who pulls 4 clear. The race is for the place. Nashwan has it. He maintains his unbeaten record. This isn't his best trip, but he's winning it emphatically, and Nashwan is the winner. A photo-second Opening Verse made just a tip. Accelerator goes on from El Marmul, and a good bit of waiting in front this from Ilder Sheep at this stage. They turn for home. Creator is still last, and Kashas Musen has yet to show any signs of anxiety. Ilder Sheep in the lead. El Marmul relief pitcher with the hoop sleeves. Call to arms in yellow and black, and now Creator is ridden by Kashas Musen, and he finds nothing at all. And it's Razine in the white cap who tries to make ground. They come down past the 2, and it's Ilder Sheep from the front. He's made virtually all. El Marmul in blue. Here on the wide outside is Razine, the favourite. Creator is well and truly beaten and very lifeless indeed. A furlong and a half to go. El Marmul strikes. He goes for home, and Willie Carson. Terryman in the green cap is terrier-like, and he goes after him. Ilder Sheep can find no more. Relief pitcher back in 4, and El Marmul and Willie Carson in the drive position. Terryman comes after him. El Marmul finds reserves. El Marmul going on, and El Marmul beats Terryman. Ilder Sheep third. Rail in the groove off the pace. Environment Friend, the grey and the yellow colours, gets closer too. And they come down to the 3, and it's Greensferny coming off the fence, and Sanglamore gets the run through, and Stagecraft in the white Steve jacket going well. Marju in the striped cap, Terryman, Environment Friend on the outside, and in the groove bursts through as they come down past the 2, and Stagecraft has it. Sanglamore the rail, Environment Friend with the black striped sleeves in the groove is off the pace, but a real battler. A furlong and a half to go in the Coral-Eclipse, and it's Stagecraft with the power to devour. Here comes Environment Friend. Sanglamore is beaten in the groove, can find no more. The improving Stagecraft strides up, but Environment Friend is chasing, and it's Stagecraft now having to work, and Environment Friend closing with every stride, and Environment Friend comes to take Stagecraft, and Environment Friend beats Stagecraft in a photo. He turned out of the back stretch, then Young Buster Sapiens is one of the back markers. Kuyonga's poised on the outside, and it's still Terryman racing wide as they fan out for home, and is going to run his own race, and tactically this could be significant. front, but it's still Melody in the front. Melody at the head of affairs from our Congo. They're spread right across the track. Terryman's racing very wide indeed, certainly up with a pace. Zoman with a run, Twist and Turn with a run, Opera House with a run, and as they come down towards the 2, it's Terryman on the extreme right, Arcong down the centre of the track with Opera House and Twist and Turn, the red cap. Here comes Kuyonga, the filly with a noseband. Terryman's out of it now, they're just over a furlong to go. Opera House and Kuyonga, and we're just over a furlong to go. It's Kuyonga who bursts to the front and goes clear of Opera House in second, Free Flyer and Sapiens, and the filly's going to take it. This goes to Kuyonga, clear by 2. Opera House in seconds, Professionals each your heart out. Kuyonga takes it, eased up the line. Opera House in second, Sapiens third. Opera House, Barathea, Environment Friend and Arcong still last as they begin the turn for home. And Great Palm blazing the trail, clear by 2 to Coringa Bay. And Pat Eddery on Temby just being asked to keep his position there. Pat, you can see, starting to go to work on this little horse. Opera House, the white cap is travelling well. Missile tries to get closer. The grey on the right, Environment Friend, none going better than Barathea as they pass the 3. Temby looks in trouble. They've come down to the 2 furlong marker. And Coringa Bay and the blue colours comes to take it from Great Palm. Temby rallying, nothing if not tough. Missile gets a run. Opera House the outside. Barathea, can he use his speed? We're just over a furlong to go, and it's a wide open race with Opera House going on. Coringa Bay the inside. Missile the grey comes through on the inside of that one. They're inside the final furlong. But Opera House for Super Sub. Mick Kinane takes it up. Missile is flying at the net. Tenby finds reserves and stays on. But Opera House is going to lift the Coral-Eclipse. Missile rallies close home. Opera House and Missile. A photo Opera House and Missile. Headed by Airharp, but they start the turn in, and it's Bob's Return, stretching the field, clear by 3. To Latam in second and Perfect Imposter, and then Airharp and Environment Friend had to be checked on the turn in, and it's Bob's Return blazing the trail. Down the straight they come, down to the 3, and Bob's Return at a lung-bursting pace from Latam in second. Then Perfect Imposter. Here comes the favourite Airharp, but he's being rousted along and taken by Azud. Then Bin Ajwad, Environment Friend is last, and they come down to the 2 furlong marker, and it's Bob's Return running the rail. Stripe cap Airharp under pressure. Azud the outside for Walter Swinburne, travelling well. They've got a furlong and a half to go, and Bob's Return runs out of gas now, and it's Azud the outside of Airharp. They're come inside the final furlong, and it's Azud in the lead by a neck to Airharp, the Derby winner. Bob's Return is nothing if not brave, and he's rallying as Airharp gives up, and Azud goes on. It's Azud's Eclipse up towards the line. Azud's going to take it. Azud is the winner. Bob's Return second, Airharp third. 2 in second place, Singspiel, then Red Bishop, the Rail, Prince of Andros, Trifosa getting closer, then comes Eltish, followed through by Multiram, and the back markers are Environment Friend. And they start the turn in. Eltish with a lot of work to do. Down the straight they come, top of the home run, 3.5 furlongs to go. In the Coral-Eclipse and the white cap Halling, then comes Singspiel. Orange colours, Trifosa. Here comes the previous winner of the race, Environment Friend. The grey on the outside, Multiram and Willie Carson looking for room. Black and white colours, Prince of Andros. Red Bishop starts the stretch. But still Halling who has the edge. To Singspiel in second, then Prince of Andros. Then Red Bishop and Multiram is still looking for room. Red Bishop and Frankie Lattori up behind horses. Halling still has the edge. You've got a furlong to go. 200 yards to race in the Coral-Eclipse, and it's Halling clear by 2 to Singspiel in second place. Here comes Red Bishop on the outside, Multiram back in 4 as he races up towards the line. Halling's going to make on. Singspiel is putting in a late lunge. At the post, it's Halling who wins. Halling by a half a length. They start the turn for home. And it's Halling, John Reed taking them wide. Definite article on the inside, the horse with the noseband. Red sleeves is Bijou Dun. Yellow sleeves, Pentire getting closer. The green jacket, Valinor. Aristocratie is still towards the back. Come down the home straight, just over 3 to go, the Coral-Eclipse, and the blue jacket, Halling, in the lead. Definite article in second. Look on the left. There's the favourite, Pentire, with a run. Red sleeves, Bijou Dun, Valinor covered up. The grey Beecham King starts to unleash a run. Any of them could win. Just over 2 to go. They've got to get past the one in front. That's Halling going as well as any. Definite article. Look to the left. Pentire creeping closer under Michael Hills. Bijou Dun's putting in a finish. Valinor can find no more. Then Beecham King, but it's Halling who has the edge. They come down towards the final furlong. Halling back on turf, and doesn't he love it? It's Halling in the lead. Bijou Dun, what a terrier. He's coming back at him in unknown territory. Halling, Bijou Dun, Pentire as he races up towards the line. Halling pulls out more. Oh, a good horse! Halling, Bijou Dun, Pentire, 1, 2, 3.
Is of Sasuru, and Boswasham might just be kept in by Sasuru, and Allied Forces has got the whole manoeuvres covered as they make the final turn. Indication as to how narrow the course is at that juncture. At the top of the home straight now, and it's Benny the Dip, Pilsudski, Boswasham's on the inside, Sasuru pulling double, Allied Forces played late. They've got 3 furlongs to go, and Boswasham is trying to commit next to the rails, but Pilsudski is going as well. He has got no room on Boswasham, has to pull that one wide. Down to the 2 furlong marker now. Pilsudski goes on. Benny the Dip the rail. Boswasham in 3rd place and being ridden along. Getting closer now down to the final furlong. The Breeders' Cup winner Pilsudski in the lead. The Derby winner Benny the Dip in 2nd. The Champion Stakes winner Boswasham in 3rd. Flat to the boards, making ground, but Pilsudski got first one on them. Pilsudski, here comes Boswasham the outside. It's Pilsudski by a length. Boswasham is finishing fast at the line. Pilsudski, Boswasham. Out of the back straight, Duck Row is spinning wide on the turn. Insatiable and Faithful Son are still towards the back, but it's still Central Park that blazes the trail in the Coral-Eclipse as they come to the top of the home run. Under half a mile to go, and it's Central Park under Darrow Donoghue. Clear by 4 to Taipan in 2nd. The grey is Daylami. Here comes Duck Row on the outside in the straw jacket of the Duke of Devonshire. The Wheel of Fortune has taken 30 years to run with Park top, but Daylami is the one to beat now. The grey Daylami on the outside is Duck Row. Behind the white cap Faithful Son. At the back is Insatiable. He's done enough. They come now to the final furlong, and it's Daylami who strikes and goes for home, but knocked behind Frankie, because here comes Faithful Son. John Reed, the white cap. They're inside the final furlong now. The grey Daylami, the white cap Faithful Son is trying to close. They've got 4 clear of Central Park up towards the line. It's going to be Daylami's day. He takes it. And it's a faster time than the big handicap here yesterday. So they begin the turn out of the back straight, and it's Tsar that has the edge. 2 Fantastic Light, keeping Running Stag in. Insatiable runs the rail. Then we got Lear Spear. Richard Quinn's made the move there from 5 down to the 3. Croco Rouge, the quarter cap of black and white, is covered up. A good position for him, 6 to 1 bar. That includes Chester House on the outside on the extreme right. So they wind it up as they pass the 3. And it's Tsar that still has the edge. Here comes Running Stag, the American horse. Chester has the outside. He's still covered up on Croco Rouge. Will he get a run? Yellow cap Insatiable. They pass the 2. And still Tsar has the edge. 2 in 2nd place, Running Stag. White cap Pompid Admiral puts in a big finish. Croco Rouge is all over the shop, finding a run on this fast ground. He's done inside the final furlong. Tsar, Frankie has dominated. Pompid Admiral, white cap, light blue cap, Fantastic Light, pink cap, Chester House as they race to the line. Pompid Admiral Pickens and steals the Coral-Eclipse. Pompid Admiral cheekily from Tsar.
Then follows Kalanisi, Gold Academy, and finally Border Arrow. They're about to swing right-handed then with about half a mile left to cover. And up front is Sun Charm that leads them in. Giant's Causeway poised to pounce in 2nd place. Saki's back on the fence. Then Fantastic Light, Shiva without much racing room. Kalanisi, the green jacket, is picking up Gold Academy and Border Arrow. Saki goes on the inside of Giant's Causeway. Then Fantastic Light. He can't get out on Shiva at the moment. Kalanisi and Border Arrow staying on. They're inside the final 2. And now push comes to shove. Saki, he likes a battle on the rail. Giant's Causeway, the mare Shiva's coming at them, and Giant's Causeway gets past Saki, but can he hold off? Kalanisi on the outside, Shiva between the pair. It's Giant's Causeway. Kalanisi swooping down the outside for the Aga Khan, but Giant's Causeway fights back on the far side for George Duffield. They race head to head. Giant's Causeway and 53-year-old George Duffield has landed the Coral-Eclipse. Bark is 3rd as they make the right-hand turn, and the front 2, they're going almost too quick. They couldn't make the turn. Back in 4th was Grandera. Bark nips up on the inside of Darwin to go into 2nd place, but Brosh remains clear as they straighten up for home. Followed by Bark in 2nd, then Darwin, Grandera within hailing distance. The others have got to move. Medician in the red jacket, then Headless Hall, Blackman, Illusion, Taboo being driven along now as the leaders begin to fold in front. Brosh strides shortening. Bark takes over from from Grandera. Medician to Boog on the outside. Black Minnaloose trying to stay on as well inside the 2. It's Bark challenged by Grandera. Medician under the whip. Black Minnaloose staying on a bit, so is Taboo, but they've still got to find more as they run down towards the final furlong. Grandera on the outside of Bark. These two battle away. Now Medician begins to reel them back with Black Minnaloose and Taboo. Well inside the final furlong. Grandera does. Medician thrusting down the near side. Medician got up to win it from in second Grandera. Turning right-handed and approaching the straight. When they turn in, they'll have about a half mile still to cover. And it's Sholokov and Paul Scallon ensuring this strong gallop from Equerry in second place, Imperial Dancer in third, and Hawkwing's mettle about to be tested in fourth place. Indian Creek has never been on the bridle as they run up the straight, running towards the centre, perhaps towards the stand side of the course where the better ground may be. Sholokov in front, Hawkwing goes very nicely into second place now from Equerry, under pressure in third, and then Imperial Dancer. They run inside the final quarter mile. Sholokov's in front, Equerry on the outside, but look to the left, and Hawkwing is challenging hard, and now Mick Cannan asks Hawkwing to quicken up from Sholokov. It's Hawkwing that strikes the front inside the final furlong. Sholokov second, Equerry in third. He's having to get quite serious with Hawkwing, but he's going to do it all right. It's Hawkwing drawing away from Sholokov, and close home it's no contest, and Hawkwing wins the Eclipse from Sholokov in second. In the midfield at this stage, Victory Moon up the inside, then Grandera towards the back, hold that Tiger, Olden Times and Comfy. On turning in is Izdiham, the hare and the one to catch. His rider steals a peep there, does Willie Supple, sees where Naif is. Naif is being punched along in about fourth or fifth place. Izdiham has 4 lengths on them, narrative wide. Naif begins to engage top gear now. Behind these, Falgrab going strongly as well. Islington up the inside, wider out North Dancer now unleashing a run in the purple jacket as they run down inside the final quarter mile. Falgrab first run on Naif. Naif will have to fight hard here. Islington is third, then North Dancer, Kaitur from the rear with Olden Times, but it's Falgrab pulling away from Naif. He's not making any inroads, the favourite. Third is Islington, Kaitur. Comfy runs on with Olden Times, racing up towards the line. Falgrab by a length and a half. Naif begins to whittle away at the lead, but it could be too late. Falgrab all out from Naif. Falgrab holds Naif to win the Eclipse. As they run round the turn, they're giving away plenty of ground. Chancellor's going the short way round the inside, followed by African Dream. In the centre, Powers caught with the white face. As they start into the straight, we're expecting them to come stand side, and they do so. And it's Powers caught, possibly just taking over now. Rakti on the near side, on the right there, in the white cap for the favourite. Chancellor on the left. Behind these is Refuse to Bend. Warsan is driven along, African Dream. They run down the straight. Rakti takes over from Powers Court. Refuse to Bend coming there with every chance. Warsan back in fourth from Ikhtiar, beginning to run on in the blue and white striped cap as they run down inside the 2. It's Powers Court shrugging off Rakti. Warsan challenging now on the near side. Refuse to Bend in the blue of Godolphin. Then Ikhtiar, Rakti's beat. They run inside the final furlong. Refuse to Bend and Warsan. Warsan really buckling down here from Refuse to Bend. Refuse to Bend on the far side, Warsan on the near side. This is a war, and it's Refuse to Bend from Warsan. Warsan battling doggedly. Refuse to Bend just lifts the Coral-Eclipse. Oratorio is third on the fence, followed by Diamond Green, Starcraft within 3 or 4 lengths of the pace, and then finally Hurricane Allen and the Italian raider Altieri. They swing right-handed. They've got the straight of Sandown Park ahead of them, 4 furlongs. And Motivator in the white with the darker armlets on the outside, well poised. The 5-2 on favourite here in this Coral-Eclipse Stakes. Diamond Green the outside, Hazy View still battling away on the far side, followed by Starcraft, a bit short of room from Oratorio, then Hurricane Allen. Motivator about to be given some rain by Johnny Murta. He strikes the front, the Derby winner. Motivator by a half length to Hazy View. They're struggling behind. Oratorio tries to run on, then Hurricane Allen, Altieri, Starcraft and Diamond Green. Motivator runs to the final furlong, about 2 lengths in front. Oratorio though is running on strongly down the outside, and so too is Altieri. He gets serious with Motivator, and Oratorio's going past the Derby winner, and Oratorio masters Motivator in the Eclipse. Not Now Cato is next, followed by Snoqualmie Boy. Then Blue Monday against the fence from Aussie Rules. Ouija Board passed by Hataj. She's now won from last, the mare, and then finally David Jr. as they straighten up for home with 4 furlongs left to travel. Royal Alchemist leads them in, followed by Notable Guest, Naqualmi Boy in the purple jacket, Not Now Cato on the far side in the yellow cap. Aussie Rules is next from Blue Monday. Sumion just nudging away at Ouija Board, just getting a bit crowded now. Hatan's wide and David Jr. as they race towards the final 2.5 furlongs. Inside the 2 now, Naqualmi Boy challenges Royal Alchemist. Aussie Rules unleashing a run, Ouija Board in behind, just a bit short of room. Sumion switches inside, but Not Now Cato went for the same gap, and now David Jr. unleashed out wide by Spencer from last place inside the final furlong. David Jr. strikes on from Aussie Rules. Not Now Cato and Blue Monday as they race up towards the line. David Jr. by 2 lengths, and Jamie Spencer eclipses his rivals. Just going second now under Ryan Moore, followed by Admiral of the Fleet, Candidate the inside, then locked away at the back, dark blue of George Washington, dark green of Authorised, the front 2 in the betting. They head for home. 4 furlongs left to go. Champris comes off the fence. Where are they going to go? Ryan Moore fancies the stand side on Not Now Cato. Not many of the others going with him at the moment. In fact, Not Now Cato doing his own thing, and Ryan Moore was pretty sure that that was the best place to be. Where are the others going? Authorised and George Washington with ground to make up on the far side. They head inside the final quarter. Yellowstone has struck the front on the far side from Candidate. Authorised now burning at them, but how's Not Now Cato getting on the stand side? They head towards the final furlong. Yellowstone is challenged by Authorised on the far side, and in turn by George Washington. Not Now Cato on the near side, doing pretty well. Authorised, George Washington far side. Not Now Cato on the near side. They hit the line. Not Now Cato. Out of the back straight, Mount Nelson goes up into a clear 6th in the hands of Johnny Murta, a 7-2 chance on the off, followed by Pipe Dreamer and Rob Roy. They're pretty well strung out, indicative perhaps of a strongly run affair here. Multi-dimensional turns first from Mara Hill. Campanologist in 3rd place in the Godolphin Blue. On the right, Pink Cap Phoenix Tower begins to loom up, followed by Stocksfold against the fence. Mount Nelson still waiting, followed by Pipe Dreamer, some work to do, and finally Rob Roy running down to the final quarter mile. Multi-dimensional is now pressed hard by Campanologist and by Phoenix Tower. Mara Hill battling on, then comes Stockfold, Mount Nelson, Pipe Dreamer and Rob Roy as now they race towards the final all-important furlong, and Campanologist and Phoenix Tower battling it out. Here's Mount Nelson beginning to find his stride. They're well inside the final furlong. Campanologist on the far side, Phoenix Tower between runners, Mount Nelson, Pipe Dreamer with a late challenge, Phoenix Tower stretching his neck, Mount Nelson joining him, and they pass together. From Lang Shining and Set Sail, they're 5 lengths clear of Malibu Bay. Then another 5 or 6 back to Steel Tango. See the Stars on the inside then from Jukebox Jury there. The yellow jacket, See the Stars, followed by Rip Van Winkle. Jimmy Fortune in the dark blue, stalking the favourite. Seema to Triumph further back, Twice Over pushed along and Conduit. And now the pacemakers are likely to come back to the field, and they're going to start stopping in front. They're inside the 3, Lang Shining, Set Sail, Malibu Bay. The Principal's pulling wide sensibly. Here comes See the Stars in the hands of Mick Cannan, and he's going to have to commit pretty early here as they run down inside the 2. See the Stars chased now by Rip Van Winkle, and here's Conduit the stayer out wide under Ryan Moore unleashing his run. See the Stars will have to dig in. Rip Van Winkle, his old rival, is closing up on the Guineas and Derby winner inside the final furlong. See the Stars by half a length to Rip Van Winkle. He's beating off Rip Van Winkle. They race up to the line. See the Stars, this shining star. See the Stars wins the Eclipse. In contrast to his run at Ascot last time, Twice Over, ridden positively. He got going too late at Ascot, got too far back. Dar Remy is a half length down in 2nd place in a truly run affair by the look of things. Zakinto on the inside. Viscount Nelson now being pushed along by Murta, followed by Sri Putra as they now enter the final 3 furlongs. Twice Over, William Buick now begins to scrub away at Dar Remy. Twice Over's got them on the stretch. Dar Remy in 2nd, then Zakinto, Viscount Nelson and Sri Putra, and Twice Over is pouring it on inside the final quarter mile. Outpaces Dar Remy. Viscount Nelson on the outside, wider out. Sri Putra from the back of the field is staying on, looks like being 2nd at least at the moment. Twice Over passes the furlong pole with a 3-length lead over Viscount Nelson and Sri Putra. Dar Remy is fading and racing up towards the line. It's Twice Over, he's coming back to them. Sri Putra still gaining, but Twice Over will hold on, and a 4th Eclipse for trainer Henry victory, Cecil. A long way from home, a good half mile from the finish. Workforce, he's going to have to do it the hard way. Confront in second place. So You Think closing up now, will shortly go second. Then Snow Fairy still weighted within up the inside of Sri Putra. Down the home straight, Workforce with the long run for home, but Ryan Moore hasn't gone for him yet. So You Think with his tongue hanging out in the leader's slipstream from Confront. Then Snow Fairy and Sri Putra, and Workforce is beginning to pour it on now. Workforce by 2 lengths chased by So You Think inside the final quarter mile. The crowd are roaring them home. It's Workforce from So You Think. They're clear of Sri Putra. Workforce, a guaranteed stayer. So You Think now looms up on the outside under a hard drive inside the final furlong. So You Think getting to Workforce. So You Think takes over from Workforce, who can't get back at him. And So You Think, the Aussie champion, now a champion round the world, wins the Eclipse from Workforce in second place.
He's only a neck away from the lead. Then towards the outside, Monterosso is in third and niggled out of that turn. Now he's losing ground towards the inside. Cityscape is making ground, followed by Crackerjack King. Then Twice Over. These are then being followed on the outside by Fahar, Sri Putra and Bonfire at the back of the field. But Nathaniel has cruised into the lead with under 3 furlongs to go in the Eclipse. Nathaniel is out in front. Cityscape, though, is taking dead aim in second. Down the outside, Fahar is beginning to stay on, and so too Crackerjack King inside the final quarter mile. It's Nathaniel and Will Buick out in front. Cityscape driven now by James Doyle. On the outside, here comes Fahar and Frankie Dettori, and it is Fahar on the outside of Nathaniel. These are the first 2. On the inside, Twice Over continues to stay on. Cityscape is back in fourth. They've got 150 yards to go. Nathaniel the far side, Fahar on the near side, and Nathaniel has turned him away. Nathaniel wins the Eclipse. The whole field covered by only 3.5 lengths as they now make the turn with just over a half mile to go in the Coral-Eclipse. Mars towards the outside of Mukadram. These are still the first 2, followed by Al-Kazim, and Declaration of War has always been his shadow. Miblish towards the inside rail. The Fugue keeping Pastorius in a pocket as they race inside the final 3. And now Mukadram presses on. He has Mars been ridden in second. Al-Kazim looks for a seam between horses. Then Declaration of War out wide. Mukadram inside the final quarter mile still has the lead in the Coral-Eclipse. But here comes Al-Kazim, Mars and Declaration of War. The Fugue has not fired today. Down towards the final furlong. Mukadram is digging gamely to the inside rail. Al-Kazim an all-out drive. They've got 150 yards to go. Al-Kazim has got the lead for James Doyle. Back in second is Mukadram. Declaration of War begins to fly. They've got now 50 yards to go, and Al-Kazim wins the Coral-Eclipse, who is somewhat, as the Eclipse field turn for home. It is somewhat, and Franny Norton now by a length and a tail. In second is Mukadram, and 2 lengths away. Trading Leather is in third. True Story to the inside rail is in fourth and now begins to be pushed along. Likewise Verrazano. So too is Kingston Hill. He's already now been ridden. Then to the inside is Night of Thunder, followed by War Command, and the Fugue is still last as we have a new leader with 2.5 furlongs to go. That leader is Mukadram. Mukadram and Paul Hannigan set sail for home. Somewhat to the inside, tries to hang tough. Trading Leather gives chase from out of the pack. These are followed by Night of Thunder. 1.5 furlongs to go in the Coral-Eclipse. Mukadram has to hold on for 1 more furlong. In second is Trading Leather, still with 2.5 lengths to find. Somewhat running huge on the inside in third. Kingston Hill has taken fourth, but racing towards the line, it is Mukadram and Paul Hannigan, and Mukadram wins the Coral-Eclipse. Now there's 2.5 lengths back to Cougar Mountain on the inside of Western Hymn, and Tullius now is about 5 lengths off the 2 dueling leaders, Golden Horn and the Grey Gatsby, as they turn for home in the Coral-Eclipse of 2015. It's Golden Horn on the inside of the Grey Gatsby. It is Frankie Dettori and Jamie Spencer now being ridden along Cougar Mountain in a share of third with Western Hymn, and Tullius is still last. They have 2.5 furlongs to go. Golden Horn now being urged for more by Frankie Dettori. The Grey Gatsby is right there now alongside as they race down with 1.5 furlongs to go. It's Golden Horn. The Grey Gatsby still can only get to his throat latch in second. 3 lengths away, Cougar Mountain and Western Hymn. Golden Horn battles gamely and now has pulled a length and a half over the Grey Gatsby. He's breaking his heart, and it will be Golden Horn. A perfect 5 out of 5. Golden Horn has won the Eclipse over the Grey Gatsby, who gave all in second.
And then behind these in third on the inside, the Gurkha with Time Test. They're both challenging for third and fourth. Next in the field is Bravery, then My Dream Boat, who was a little inconvenience there. Down to the inside is Western Hymn as the runners now work back towards home inside the final half mile. It is still Countermeasure who leads the Eclipse field. From in second, Hawkbill, then Time Test. Right in behind is the Gurkha. Then came Bravery, who's been ridden along. Western Hymn trying to move up into it, and then My Dream Boat. They're racing down towards the final 2.5 furlongs. Countermeasure overtaken now by Hawkbill. Here near side comes the Gurkha. Time Test is now been ridden along back in a close third. Then Countermeasure and My Dream Boat is staying on. The Gurkha and Hawkbill now join issue, racing towards the final furlong. Hawkbill to the far side, the Gurkha to the near side. Little in it between the pair. Hawkbill just ahead. The Gurkha rallies to the cause. Still nothing in it. Hawkbill though pulling out a half length inside the final 100 yards. Hawkbill just going on to win the Eclipse. Hawkbill has beaten the Gurkha.
And then towards the inside, Lightning Spear, the nose-banded head of Ulysses, ridden chilly towards the rear of the field together with Desert Encounter. They make the turn inside the final half mile of the 2017 Coral-Eclipse, and it's Podrick Beggy and Taj Mahal who still have the lead. In second is Saluan, and now into third is Decorated Knight, who just took a side broad bump there from Eminent. Cliffs of Moher is being driven along, kept in a pocket by Barney Roy. Ulysses has yet to be unleashed as they race now inside the final quarter mile of the Eclipse. Saluan with Decorated Knight towards the outside. Eminent is there and Taj Mahal on the inside. Barney Roy with only a length and a half to find. Ulysses could be cantering all over them on the outside in the hands of Jim Crowley, and now he says go on Ulysses towards the outside, and he's now quickened up to lead. Barney Roy tries to go with him. They've got 100 yards to go in the Eclipse. It's Ulysses who leads by a head. Barney Roy trying to get back on the inside as they hit the line. It is too close to call.
And still at the back in the dark blue is Cliffs of Moher as the field begin to pack together, approaching the home turn with a half mile left to cover in the 2018 Coral-Eclipse, and Hawkbill leads them in by a length to Forest Ranger in second. Saxon Warrior with every chance third on the outside, stalked by Happily. Roaring Lion coming widest in those claret colours, Wambayashi Murphy, then Cliffs of Moher and Raymond Tusk. Hawkbill pressed by Forest Ranger. Saxon Warrior being shaken up. Roaring Lion travelling well on the outside, coming through with his challenge now as they enter the final quarter mile. Saxon Warrior might just get to the lead from on the far side. Hawkbill. Here's Roaring Lion being driven hard as they race on to the final furlong up the hill. Saxon Warrior leads. Roaring Lion on the near side. Far side Hawkbill. Roaring Lion getting his head down, joining Saxon Warrior, racing up the hill towards the line. Roaring Lion near side. The Lion roars at Sandown and he wins the Eclipse.
Hunting Horn, who's still out in front. Enable poised there in second place. 2 lengths away then to Magical, who's now been shaken up by Ryan Moore. Zabil Prince is back in fourth. Then Regal Reality and Telecaster, followed by Mustachary, is moving up. Yet to press the battle on Enable, who breezes up alongside Hunting Horn. Magical tries to go with her. Then Zabil Prince and Regal Reality, followed by Mustachary. Now Frankie says go on the filly Enable. She leads it by a length. Magical though is giving chase. Then Hunting Horn and Regal Reality inside the final furlong. It's Enable with the advantage. Magical is trying hard behind. Regal Reality staying on, but it's Enable under Frankie Dettori. She'll win the Coral-Eclipse. Magical tried her heart out but couldn't get to Enable. The brilliant mare, she's done it.
The length and a half back now in third position as Gaiath spins just a little wide. Regal Reality is making ground through on the inside. He's now in fourth. Enable is in fifth, and then Bangkok on the inside of Magic Wand, and the field turns for home. They've got just over 3 furlongs to go in the Coral-Eclipse, and Gaiath is out in front, wearing his heart on his sleeve, and he's out clear by 3. In second, Japan is now being ridden along, and now Enable is urged to try and close by Frankie Dettori, and she's willingly picking them up now. She's got to within 3 lengths of Gaiath. Japan now in second. Enable is in third. Magic Wand from a long way back takes fourth. They're racing now inside the final furlong and a half. Gaiath is digging in. He leads by 3 parts of a length. Japan there in the centre, and on the outside is Enable. There's a half furlong to go. Gaiath has the rail to help. He still leads by a length and a half. Enable is running out of time, and it's Gaiath who's going to take the Coral-Eclipse. Gaiath has won the Eclipse. Tight second between Enable and Japan. To El Drama as now they begin to make the sweeping sweeping turn back towards home. Adabe still has the lead. The lead is just half a length now to Mishrif in second, and then about 2 lengths back to St. Mark's Basilica, who gets a shake of the reins now from Ryan Moore. El Drama still at the back of the field as they race now inside the final 3 furlongs. Adabe now being urged for more by Tom Marquand. Towards the outside, Mishrif has travelled powerfully into the race. They come down towards the final quarter mile, and Mishrif goes for home. St. Mark's Basilica, the 3-year-old, will attack now towards the near side. Adabe tries to hang tough towards the far side. St. Mark's Basilica goes on with a furlong to go. St. Mark's Basilica going clear now by 3 widening lengths. Mishrif and Adabe have been simply turned away. It's going to be 4 straight Group 1s for St. Mark's Basilica and a record equaling win for Aidan O'Brien. In 5th position, and Christophe Soumillon and Vadini still last of the classy 6 as they make the turn back towards home. They have a half mile to go in the Coral-Eclipse, and Alain Kerr will lead them into the home straight. It's Alain Kerr who leads. Baybridge has always been his shadow in second. To the inside, Lord North covered up in third. Ridden to the outside now is Native Trail. Mishrif between rivals. Still at the back of the field is Vadini. They're bunching up now with just over a quarter of a mile to go. Alain Kerr is hanging tough. On his outside, Baybridge has a share of the lead. Native Trail, Vadini out very wide, is staying on. Lord North is splitting rivals. Mishrif in close quarters, looking for racing room. It is now Vadini on the outside. On the inside, Lord North. Native Trail between those two. Vadini has got the lead. A half furlong to go in the Coral-Eclipse. Vadini, Native Trail, Mishrif on the outside. Vadini wins it for France. Paddington, who races in second. He has a break of a length and a half over Emily Upjohn, who races in third, and then a further 2 lengths to Dubai Honor, still last of the 4, and now the field turns for home. 3.5 furlongs to go in the Coral-Eclipse, and it's still West Windblows who has got the lead. The lead is a length and a half. West Windblows now being pushed along. Paddington has travelled well in second and now begins to close. Emily Upjohn now with 2 lengths to find on him in third. Dubai Honor still last, and they're racing now on towards the final quarter of a mile. West Windblows tries to hang tough, but Paddington sweeps on by, and Emily Upjohn now will come and join issue. A lead of a length for Paddington as they race now on towards the final furlong of the Coral-Eclipse. It's Paddington, the 3-year-old, to the filly, Emily Upjohn. A private party now between those two. Paddington has got a lead of a neck. Emily Upjohn tries, but Paddington is too good. The 3-year-old wins. Paddington has won. On the outside of See the Fire, and Al Riffa is still at the back of the field as Hans Andersen has a break of 3 lengths on the field as they make the turn in with just over 3 furlongs to go in the Coral-Eclipse. It is Hans Andersen who leads them down the centre of the course, being followed by Ghostwriter in second, City of Troy in third, and now being urged by Ryan Moore to try and close on his stablemate. Dancing Gemini on the wheel of City of Troy. Over on the far side, See the Fire. Al Riffa smuggled into the race. City of Troy comes through to put his head in front with inside a furlong and a half to go. But Ghostwriter tries to go with him. Al Riffa unleashed now towards the near side with a late sustained bid. City of Troy has the lead inside the final furlong of the Coral-Eclipse. Al Riffa down the outside. Ghostwriter to the inside rail. City of Troy drifting to the rail. He has a lead of a length, and it is City of Troy who has won the Coral-Eclipse. 2 runners for Godolphin. On the inside, Ruling Court. Around the outside, Ombudsman. And the 2 runners for Aidan O'Brien at the back of the field. Delacroix with a shake of the reins. Camille Pizarro on that one's outside as the field turns for home in the Coral-Eclipse. And it is Sosie who has got the lead. To Hot as Hell towards the outside, who races in second position. Ombudsman with clear sailing towards the outside. Ruling Court is in the pocket. They're then being followed by Camille Pizarro and then Delacroix. They're racing down towards the final quarter of a mile. And now Sosie is urged for more by Maxime Guillon towards the outside. Ombudsman now begins to make his surge. Hot as Hell between horses. Camille Pizarro towards the wide outside is picking up now for Christophe Soumillon on towards the final furlong. Ombudsman has got the lead but wandering under pressure. Sosie fighting back towards the inside. Delacroix is also picking up on the outside and he's eating up ground, racing up towards the line. It's Delacroix on the outside. Delacroix and Ombudsman followed by Ruling Court.